Counterpart Star Trek News Updates with George Batista.
What do you got?
Thank you, sir. This week in Star Trek news, we have two pieces of news to give you. The first one is concerning Lower Decks.
Ooh.
So we just found out somewhere on this week that Mike McMahon, and that's actually pretty popular. I didn't realize how popular it's gotten.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very, very popular. But this week, Mike McMahon did an interview where he actually talked about that he actually wants to he would love to bring in Will Wheaton on the show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So basically it said that I'm reading this directly from the article that Mike McMahon has expressed the interest in bringing the Wesley Crusher aboard the USS Cerritos. His only conundrum is that he isn't sure how to make it work. Now, Star Trek fans know that in the Next Generation series, Will Wheaton actually left with the Traveler and went on some journey and a mission, and he was never seen again. And the only time he was seen after that was in one of the movies, which was the movie Nemesis. And he was there in Nemesis where at the wedding of Riker and Troy. So he was there, but that was pretty much all you saw of him. Now, the interesting thing, and there was some scenes that were cut out from that movie, was that they were actually supposed to talk about Wesley Crusher joining Captain Riker on his new ship that he gets at the end of the movie, but those scenes never aired. So the problem is, how do you fill in the story to bring him into Lower Decks and keep with the Star Trek storyline?
Right.
So that's the problem. Now, Will Wheaton did say that he was quoted as saying, "I would love to do the show in a heartbeat. I'm a massive fan." He says, "I don't particularly care about whatever backstory would be used if one were to be used. I just want to, have fun, put the spacesuit on again, and where it goes, it goes." So, so they'll figure that out. But and I think they will. Star Trek has a way of kind of figuring these things out.
Yeah,
Right?
they can do it. And Will Wheaton, we follow him on our Counterparts Instagram account, and I follow him also on my personal one as well. And he just seems like a really great guy.
Right.
Like, he posts these videos of him just hanging out and talking, and he just seems very gracious for the opportunities that he's had in his life. And a lot of actors that are child actors, that kind of become very successful can easily fall into a rut as they get older. It's happened numerous times, right? But he's just managed to really keep a good balance of it and just show the appreciation for it. So that's pretty awesome. So I like it.
And it led him to other things like Big Bang Theory and
Completely.
a lot of cool stuff. So we'll see where that goes. Second piece of news is John Delancey continues to come up with all these different things on Twitter and I think it's Twitter that he's doing most of it, but he's been talking about, obviously he's shooting scenes with Picard in the new Picard season 2 and 3. But one of the things he said was very interesting for fans. He said that, and actually I'll say exactly what he said verbatim. He said, "I'm on the next season of Picard, and Sir Patrick and I have had a whole bunch of scenes which we thoroughly enjoyed working with each other. I've got one coming up with Data on this coming Tuesday. So yeah, we're moving along." Now, what's interesting is, and I don't know, fans are speculating because number one, Data is technically dead, right? He was killed in the last movie.
Right.
And also Brent Spiner was on Picard, but he was there as another character, as Dr. Atlin Inigo Sun, which is the ancestor of Dr. Sun. So, their fans are trying to figure out exactly what he means by "I'm doing a scene with Data," if he just means Brent Spiner or if he actually means Data. So we don't know yet. We'll see, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
One of the things that I've always wondered was that because Data was this and just Android, or this computer thing, right? That could also be downloaded into a computer system that can be also, the voice can come out, and so he could do a scene with Data, but Data is no longer in a body.
Right.
he's in a computer somewhere or a different body. But I thought that if you do the same computer, you can use Brett Spinner could actually use his voice.
Right. Now, if you remember at the end of that movie where Data dies, his
Mhm.
brother, or not his brother, but there is another
Right.
character, Data, that, and he starts whistling stuff that Data would have been whistling at that
Right.
time.
So they
So
could transfer.
exactly. So what I'm thinking is maybe they could have transferred the Data's information into that. Well, I think his name was B4, and made him Data. So I don't know,
Right. Transfer
but
data's data.
yeah, exactly, data
Cool.
transfer. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, but that's your Star Trek news for the week.